Alrighty, good morning, sports fans out there. We're back again on radio, and it's time to keep you up to speed with developments in and around the world of sports right here on your number one on the dial, Radio Now 95.3 FM Lagos. I am Niran Adesanya. The midfield maestro is what you love to call me. And as usual, it's now Sports Summary, and every Tuesdays and Thursdays, we always have something very special for you. In fact, it is exclusive or piping hot, if you want to call it that. And as usual, we bring you sports personalities from Nigeria to other parts of the world, making some difference in the world of sports. And today is no exception at all. Today, we bring you a man who is the Chief Executive Officer of Africa Sports Network, the first Pan-African news and streaming platform for sports. Asha is, of course, he's got 25 years in telecoms. Of course, he's also been involved in mobile financial services, fast-moving consumer goods, FMCG, retail and media across Africa and the Middle East. Our guest today previously served as the Chief Executive Officer of Mobile Financial Services for a telecom company in Africa and as Deputy Managing Director at CyberSoc Africa, an IT services and consultancy firm. Alon is, of course, driving innovation in sports media while uniting African continents through transformative content delivery. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming to our studios this beautiful Thursday morning, 23rd of January 2025, Asha Theory Alon. Asha, good morning, and it's nice to have you join me in the studio this morning.
Hi, good morning to you. Good morning to all the audience that is listening to us.
Absolutely. Let's go straight into it. And of course, we've done a bit of a profile into you, and you have definitely been involved in quite a lot. You've been a very diverse person, having worked in telecoms, mobile financial services, fast-moving consumer goods, retail, media. That's pretty much almost all endeavor of the corporate world. And now you're into sports media, and of course, you've been involved in that much in Nigeria. Let's start off. You have worked in telecoms, like I said, financial services, IT industry. What informed your foray into the digital sports media space?
So, look, my career started, I was 12 years in an advertising agency in the Middle East.
Okay.
Becoming an MD after 2 years and spent there altogether 12 years. After 12 years, I got fed up and I said, okay, let's go. Let me be the client. I no longer want to be an advertising MD. Let me be the client. And then I went to the telecoms and started as a marketing director, became the MD and then MD of all of the microfinance as well, of the mobile financial services as well. And from there, I came back to Nigeria. At first, the small endeavor with the CyberSoc. And then I said, okay, I've been to the advertising, I've been as the client, let me be the media. And what was the best offer came to my table to be the MD of Africa Sport Network, which actually comes to revolutionize the mediatization of sport of Africa, which is quite neglected. And we have fantastic athletes and fantastic sports, and no one knows about it. Okay. And living in Africa in the past 15 years, I've seen a lot. I've seen a lot of sports. I've seen a lot of sports that no one knows about. And the job proposition from Africa Sport Network just came right on time. And I think that we're doing wonders. I'm sure we will still speak about it in a minute.
Absolutely. Okay. So you said the sports, especially in Africa, has a lot of potential, and even some that a lot of people are not seeing yet. These are the things that actually informed you going into it. Let's talk about the aim of Africa Sports Network itself. What is your goal, especially when you look at it from the Africa sports market?
So the goal is to mediatize the local sport. By showcasing and by delivering the happenings of the sport all over Africa, not just in Nigeria. Nigeria is our first country, We set Nigeria as our headquarters, as our first country that we've launched, being the biggest country, biggest economy. And therefore it makes sense to start here. By the end of the day, we want that every person around the world, whether he's living in Africa or is an African that lives abroad, or just any other sports enthusiast or sports fan, will be able to watch African sport like he's watching any other sports around the world. People, we are sitting here in Lagos, we are watching Champions League, we are watching NBA, we are watching any other thing. When they are sitting on the other side, they can't watch us. So this is where Africa Sport Network enters to the picture, and that's where we started buying broadcasting rights, and that's where what brought us to purchase the rights of NPFL. And other NPFL was our first broadcasting that we did. We are the exclusive rights owners worldwide of NPFL. We are broadcasting every match day, every weekend. And if we look forward, then we see some kind of a Netflix of sports, of African sports, that every person around the world can stream, not just football. It would be football and basketball and rugby and any other sport that happens around on one platform.
When you say that, obviously you're not going to get involved in a business when you're not looking at making profits as well. How much of a profit margin do you think is available from the Africa, and let's start with Nigeria, and then of course by extension Africa sports market?
So every business is born with a nice Excel that shows profit, or else no one will enter to it. Having launched Africa Sport Network from day one, then definitely we looked on the figures and said, okay, there is a potential. Having said that, we know that the buying power in Africa is very low. People are not earning the same salaries as in Europe and the US. And some people are just surviving. And by the end of the day, our business model, the basic element of our business model speaks about delivering the streaming in an affordable way. So yes, of course, we look at the profit. The potential is amazing. If you look in Africa, just in Africa, there are 700 million internet users. Multiplied. Imagine that every person is paying $1 a month. Is it possible? Can people find that money? Yes, they can. It's just a question of bringing value so that people will be happy to spend that amount and will not use that amount for something else. That's only in Africa. Around the world, how many sports enthusiasts are there? How many Africans are living in the diaspora? So we're speaking very big numbers while we're offering very affordable value propositions. So that's the goal.
Still staying with that, how do you think this platform, obviously you'll be streaming a lot of content from Africa, from various sports. How do you think the platform can impact sports development in Africa when you will talk about grassroots level now? What benefit will it be for development of sports at the grassroots level?
So I think the biggest thing is actually showing our face to the world and allowing the world to see that we exist and there is sport in Africa and there are amazing talents around, that by showcasing them, we're allowing them to be discovered. Discovery of talents is not just being in Lagos or in Abuja. You imagine just Nigeria, 240 million people, they're living everywhere. Our target is to stream from everywhere. And if we can stream, we let's say last month we streamed the Marathon of Ebony Island. We streamed last week the talent showcase of Talent Locker. We are in November. We showed the rugby. No one saw that before. No one knew who are the faces. People know that there are talents in Africa, but no one knew who are those faces And slowly, we are allowing those faces to be discovered, and people that got broadcasted, they're getting contacts.
Yeah.
And they're via social networks, via our own service, that we are getting requests from various places around the world. Please connect us with X, connect us with that one, with the other one.
Yeah.
And we are gladly doing that. We are not sitting in the middle and trying to get a cut out of the deal. By the end of the day, our job is to broadcast and to show news, sports news. And if that allows everybody around the world to see what's going on in Africa, and allows the Africans to see what's going on in their own continent, in their own country, in another city that they've never been in it, and that's amazing.
Absolutely. Okay, let's move now from still talking about Africa Sports Network and the streaming services. Of course, you already mentioned that the Nigeria Premier Football League is your first port of call in terms of streaming. How has the experience been like for Africa Sports Network with regards to NPFL? What are the challenges and all the other things you've faced?
So challenges are in every business, and challenges are every day. In everything that we are doing in life, from the moment we wake up to the moment that we go to sleep, there are always challenges that we are facing, big ones, small ones. It's not about the challenges, it's about the vision.
Okay.
So did we face challenges? Many. The biggest challenge was the network.
Yeah.
We want to stream a match that is not necessarily, let's say in Lagos, it will be relatively easy. There is 5G, network is fairly good. Imagine now that we are in the middle of nowhere, in a city that is not as advanced as Lagos.
Yeah.
How do we find the proper internet? How can we stream it live? It's not just to take the footage and then to upload it. It's to have a live streaming. So I think that was the biggest challenge. I think we've solved it. Okay, we worked with our technical partners, with Propel Sports, very hard in order to bring solutions, to connect via Starlinks, to do all kind of other experiments via the quality, to have HD that is broadcasted from any stadium live, as much as possible non-interrupted. Okay, so the target is to have a non-interrupted streaming of the whole 90 minutes. That's the goal. We're not 100% there. Okay, sometimes there are some glitches in the network that are not in our control. Everything is connected, everything is being streamed, and suddenly the network goes down because a generator got switched off in the tower, and we have zero control on that. And sometimes even the system that needs to switch between networks, it will take few seconds or 1 or 2 minutes, which this is I think our biggest challenge. And but we are overcoming that. And this is it. The next thing is just to discover all the sports that is happening in the country or in the continent, and making the people understand that we are mediatizing them free of charge. We are not asking from anyone to pay us anything about any article that we ever posted. We are enjoying from advertisers that are coming to us. This is where, and from the subscribers that are paying for subscription. But then all the rest is free, and people can come and enter and read the articles and see live scores and check their betting odds, and see even NPFL matches from time to time free of charge. We're opening sometimes matches free of charge just for people to be able to see, and we know that not everybody can afford, even if it's $1 or equivalent of $1, let's say 1,600 naira, not everybody can afford that. So from time to time, we're opening free matches for people just to enjoy.
Speaking about opening free matches, if anybody wants to, avail themselves with your streaming of various matches and other sports, where exactly do they have to go? What's the website?
So they can go. App? So they can go to our website, which is africasport.net. So Africa like Africa, sport like sport, and .net, and to click on live football. There is a green button when you enter live football. It will take them to the value proposition. It will allow them to register for 1 week free, so they can see all the content free of charge for 1 week. If they liked it, they can continue and pay. Currently, we have a value proposition for Nigerians in Nigeria of 1,500 for the whole season. So one single payment for the whole season. So it's roughly, let's say $1 till the end of the season.
So that's for the number of people that you have so far that have registered.
This is for every person that is entering now to africasport.net and clicking on live football can register and pay 1.5,
which
Naira.
is, like you said, equivalent of $1.
There's a bit
from
less.
now till the rest
all
of
the matches till the end of the season.
Which is the half of the season.
Roughly, yeah. So 1,500 Naira, a single payment. It's not a monthly payment. Yeah. It's one single payment.
For a season that stretches beyond 1 month.
Exactly. Remaining roughly, how many matches remaining?
About,
let's say, I think 16 or 17 match days.
18 matches. 16
I think 16 match days that are left.
Yeah.
So multiply that in 10 matches. It's 160 matches.
Yeah.
We are trying to broadcast all of them. We can't do all of them. Sometimes security reasons or other operational challenges. But basically, let's say more than 100 matches live or off live.
Yeah.
For 1,500 Naira, and the person that, let's say, they can't see it live, the inventory still stays on the website. He can enter whenever he wants and watch it.
Yeah.
The other option is to watch it on our YouTube channel. So we have a YouTube channel. Some of the content we are uploading it to our YouTube channel when we are opening it live.
Wow.
Free of charge, of course. It's not a subscription paid YouTube. Still Africa Sport Network.
Okay, interesting.
So, yeah.
Now let's talk about projects that you have. You've already talked about the fact that you did rugby league in November, but I'm also aware of the fact that there's something in the offing between Africa Sports Network and the Nigeria Rugby League Association as well. Can you tell us more about what you guys are cooking right there?
Also, we're cooking in Africa Sports so many things. We have a very large kitchen in our operations and marketing departments, and we are cooking many things. We will bring many more leagues, not just from Nigeria. Okay. Football League, Premier Division leagues that we are in very final stages. Rugby League, for the first time, I think ever, they are going to be broadcasted on Africa Sport Network exclusively worldwide.
Wow.
We are working with the NBA to bring whatever they can allow us to bring.
The BAL, for instance, the Basketball Africa League, which is usually on every year.
Correct. So we are waiting for NBA to, they are actually doing this year the tender for the broadcasting rights for the upcoming 5 years. We will participate.
Okay.
We will hopefully win. Okay. Winning
for the sake of Africa, we hope you win as well.
We hope as well. So that's a lot of money that is being invested. We're speaking millions of dollars in buying broadcasting rights.
Yeah.
And the only thing that we are asking is for people to come and subscribe.
Okay.
Yeah.
You've already told us how we can get the subscription and how to avail ourselves of your services. Now, on a final note, and with your wealth of experience when it comes to diverse money-making ventures, what do you think some of Nigeria's biggest brands, like the Nigeria Premier Football League, the Nigeria Rugby League Association, and for instance, there's basketball as well. We also have things like Dambe Warriors as well. I'm sure you must have heard about Dambe Warriors League, which is a local combat sports in Nigeria, which has already been transferred to outside of the continent. What do you think the Nigerian sports ecosystem can do to actually take it to that global level where you want it to be?
So, and there are many more sports. There is polo and there is golf and you name it. So many things: beach volleyball, and cricket, and plenty of other stuff. So, what the sport needs to do, we need all to do it together.
Okay.
The media should speak about it. We, as a sports channel, sports network, we need to broadcast it. We need to have the teams themselves to make a plan and actually execute it as per the plan, so that when we know that there is a match, let's say Saturday 4 p.m., the match will actually start Saturday 4 p.m. and not 4:30 or 3:30, and or to have the things much more organized. And then we need the biggest brand in Nigeria to come and support everybody, because we have amazing brands in Nigeria, very big ones, telecoms, breweries, banks, that I don't see them at the moment entering to this segment.
Okay.
And they are not assisting, and they are not supporting. And if each and every one of these companies, and we have, I think, in the top Nigerian economy, there are roughly like 50 companies, okay, that these companies at the moment invest roughly zero in sponsorship or advertising within the sports. We have currently with us very few advertisers, okay?
Yeah.
One telecom, one brewery, but we see, let's say, many other soft beverages, the banks. We see neither one of them at the moment that is actually saying, let us sponsor.
Okay.
Let us maybe sponsor to make the broadcast free of charge.
Yeah.
Is imagine that instead of asking 1,500 naira from every Nigerian, the broadcast will be completely free of charge, just because a bank or a brewery or one of the telecoms sponsored it till the end of the season or for the upcoming seasons. And by having the big brands stepping in, many more things will be possible, because it will allow us, first of all, to broadcast free of charge.
Okay.
It will allow us to buy more rights, more things, not just football, not just in Nigeria.
Yeah.
And and then the media will speak about it even more, because the big brands will be there.
Yeah.
And it's an whole ecosystem that at the moment, this ecosystem is not really existing.
Okay. Wow. Very, very profound words there, and we hope that all this will be done. Like you said, it's a collaboration that everybody needs to get their hands on board, including the fans as well, who need to be at the stadium as well, to also show that these sports are being followed very, very religiously. On that note,
that's a big point.
Yeah, that's a big point. On that note, we've come to the end of this exclusive interview segment of Now Sports Summary. In fact, it's the whole show so far, because it's been an exciting time with the CEO of Africa Sports Network. Our guest today, Asha Thierry Alon. Let me say it the French way. Thierry. Okay? Anyways, it's been nice to have you in the studio with us today on Now Sports Summary. And of course, a very special pleasure for me to have you as well. And of course, I'd like to say, keep up the good work. Keep pushing Africa out there. Asha.
Thank you very much for inviting, and thank you very much for all the listeners that were listening to us. And I'm looking forward to come here more regularly. And we invite everybody to come and enter to africasport.net and to enjoy from all the free content. And good luck to all of us.
Okay, thank you very much. Of course, we'll be taking a break right now. Not even a break, we're calling it a day on the show. I'll be bringing you more sports later this evening. 6:10 p.m. is the time for that on Now Sports Extra. For now, it's a wrap on Now Sports Summary. I am Niran Adesanya, the midfield maestro, signing off, but urging you to stick around as my colleague Biodun Adelore will be right back with the rest of the midday show, starting, of course, with the midday brunch. Good morning. Have yourselves a terrific Thursday.